Casseroles were once the superheroes of the dinner table, effortlessly transforming leftovers into hearty meals. From the 1930s to the 1970s, they were staples in American homes. But over time, many of these once-loved dishes faded from popularity. Let's take a look at 20 famous casseroles that have all but disappeared from modern kitchens, and why no one seems to be making them anymore. Number 1. Ham and Potato Casserole. Ham and Potato Casserole was once a go-to dish in American kitchens, especially during the mid-20th century. This dish combines simple, affordable ingredients, often leftovers like ham from holiday meals, with sliced or diced potatoes. The creamy, comforting base of the casserole was typically made using a white sauce, cream of mushroom soup, or a combination of sour cream and cheese. Buttered breadcrumbs or crushed crackers often topped the dish, adding a crunchy texture to balance the creamy filling. The recipe itself evolved over time. Early versions were simple, layering potatoes, onions, and ham in a baking dish and covering it with a white sauce made from butter, flour, and milk. Later, canned soups like cream of mushroom and cream of chicken became popular due to the rise of convenience foods in the 1950s. This was the era when casseroles really exploded in popularity as easy, one-dish meals that could feed a family without much fuss. However, despite its popularity, Ham and Potato Casserole began to lose its appeal due to its heavy use of processed ingredients, high calorie content, and changing tastes. As American diets shifted toward fresher, healthier options in the late 20th century, casseroles like this one, loaded with cream, cheese, and butter, became less common. Today, while still enjoyed by some for its nostalgic comfort, it has mostly faded from regular dinner rotations in favor of lighter and faster meal options. Number 2. Sausage and Rice Casserole. Sausage and rice casserole is a versatile, hearty dish that combines simple ingredients like sausage, rice, vegetables, and a creamy base. It often includes sautéed onions, bell peppers, celery, and garlic to build layers of flavor. The rice absorbs the savory juices from the sausage, typically pork or smoked varieties like kielbasa, enhancing its rich taste. The dish is then bound together with chicken broth and cream of celery or mushroom soup, adding a creamy texture. This casserole's beauty lies in its flexibility. Vegetables like peas, carrots, or even corn can be added for extra nutrition. The final touch is often a layer of cheese melted on top, giving the dish a comforting golden finish. Traditionally baked for about an hour, this recipe ensures that all the flavors meld together, producing a satisfying meal that appeals to both children and adults. Additionally, modern adaptations use pre-cooked sausage or substitute chicken sausage for a lighter twist. While long-grain white rice is typically preferred for a fluffy texture, alternatives like brown rice or jasmine rice can also work, though they may result in a stickier consistency. Leftovers reheat well and can be stored in the fridge for up to 5 days, making it ideal for meal prep. Number 3. Tater Tot Casserole. Tater Tot Casserole, often referred to as a hot dish in the Midwest, is a beloved comfort food that has been passed down through generations. Its origins are deeply tied to the post-World War II period when affordable and convenient meals became essential. The dish typically combines ground beef, cream of mushroom soup, frozen vegetables, and a crispy layer of tater tots, baked to perfection. This casserole became popular in regions like Minnesota and North Dakota, where it often appeared at church gatherings and community events. It was an ideal way to feed large families or groups with simple, readily available ingredients. Over time, creative variations emerged, including modern takes with ingredients like Cajun seasoning, buffalo chicken, or even vegetarian versions. Its adaptability and simplicity kept it a staple in many households, though it has evolved with healthier twists to fit modern diets. Number 4. Cottage Pie. Cottage pie is a classic British dish with humble origins dating back to the 18th century. It was initially created as a way for rural, working-class families to use up leftover roasted meat, typically beef, along with mashed potatoes, making it both practical and filling. Over time, the dish became a staple, loved for its comforting combination of flavors and its ability to stretch ingredients. The dish traditionally includes minced beef, cooked with onions, carrots, and sometimes peas, all mixed with gravy. This savory filling is topped with creamy mashed potatoes that are baked until golden and crispy. Regional and modern variations have since emerged, with some using lamb instead of beef, or adding ingredients like leeks and mushrooms for extra depth. There are even vegetarian versions made with lentils or plant-based proteins. Today, cottage pie continues to be cherished not just for its rich taste, but also for its nostalgic value, reminding many of simpler, homely meals shared with family. It remains adaptable, allowing for modern twists, like using sweet potatoes instead of regular mashed potatoes, or adding additional herbs like thyme and rosemary for a more aromatic dish. Number 5, crab casserole. Crab casserole is a rich and indulgent dish that has its roots in both coastal and southern cooking, where seafood plays a major role. Typically made with lump crab meat, this dish often combines creamy ingredients like mayonnaise, sour cream, and cream cheese, which give it a smooth, decadent texture. The casserole is frequently topped with buttered breadcrumbs or crushed crackers to add a crispy layer that contrasts with the creamy interior. Variations of this recipe sometimes incorporate vegetables like onions, celery, or even mushrooms for extra flavor depth. Though lump crab meat is most traditional, some modern versions substitute imitation crab to make the dish more affordable, while maintaining the classic taste. Herbs like parsley or garlic powder are commonly added to balance the richness, while Swiss cheese or cheddar provides a savory, melted topping. One of the key features of crab casserole is its adaptability. It can be served as a main course, a side dish, or even as part of a buffet. Many recipes allow for freezing and easy reheating, making it ideal for advanced preparation. Number 6, sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. Sweet potato casserole with marshmallows became a Thanksgiving staple thanks to a unique blend of marketing and tradition. While sweet potatoes have been used in American cooking for centuries, it wasn't until the early 20th century that marshmallows were added. In 1917, the Angelus Marshmallow Company hired Janet Mackenzie Hill, founder of the Boston Cooking School magazine, to create recipes using marshmallows, leading to the introduction of this now classic dish. The casserole typically consists of mashed sweet potatoes mixed with ingredients like butter, brown sugar, and spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. It's then topped with marshmallows, which caramelize into a gooey, sweet topping. Some variations include pecans or streusel toppings for added texture and flavor. The balance of sweet and savory, along with its nostalgic associations, keeps it a holiday favorite. Number 7, eggplant Parmesan casserole. Eggplant Parmesan casserole, known as Parmigiana di Melanzane, is a layered dish rooted in southern Italian cuisine, especially in Sicily and Campania. The recipe typically involves thinly sliced, salted, and breaded eggplant that is fried in olive oil. These eggplant slices are then layered with a rich homemade tomato sauce, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. The dish is baked until golden, creating a savory blend of crispy, cheesy, and tender layers. The casserole's history dates back to the 18th century, with early versions recorded using vegetables like zucchini instead of eggplant. Today, variations abound, including gluten-free or low-carb versions where eggplant is roasted or pan-seared instead of breaded and fried. In the U.S., eggplant parmesan has been adapted with regional twists, including heavier use of cheese and seasonings, making it a staple in Italian-American households. This casserole is appreciated for its simplicity, adaptability, and comforting flavors. Number 8, turkey and stuffing casserole. Turkey and stuffing casserole is a classic American dish, especially popular for repurposing leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. Typically, the casserole consists of cubed turkey mixed with stuffing, which can either be homemade or from a boxed mix. A creamy binder, often made from condensed soups like cream of mushroom or celery, helps meld the ingredients together. Some variations also include vegetables like broccoli, carrots, or peas for added texture and nutrition. The casserole is topped with a layer of stuffing or cheese, then baked until golden and bubbling. Its simplicity, along with its ability to be easily frozen and reheated, has made it a go-to for holiday leftovers. Modern versions sometimes replace turkey with chicken or add ingredients like Greek yogurt for a lighter, protein-packed twist. Number 9. Seafood Casserole. Seafood casserole is a rich, savory dish that combines a variety of seafood, typically shrimp, scallops, and crab, with a creamy, flavorful sauce. The base of the casserole often includes heavy cream, butter, and sometimes chicken broth or white wine, creating a luxurious texture. The seafood is usually sautéed briefly to lock in moisture before being combined with the sauce, and the mixture is topped with breadcrumbs or crushed crackers for a crispy finish. This dish originated in coastal regions, especially in New England, where seafood is abundant. Variations include the addition of flounder, lobster, or cod, and it's commonly seasoned with Old Bay or Dijon mustard for a tangy kick. The casserole is then baked until golden and bubbly, providing a comforting and indulgent meal perfect for gatherings. Number 10. Hot Dog Casserole. Hot Dog Casserole is a nostalgic dish, often associated with busy family kitchens in the 1950s and 60s. Typically made with simple and affordable ingredients like sliced hot dogs, potatoes, or hash browns, and a creamy base, it's a comfort food that appeals to both children and adults. The dish often includes layers of potatoes, onions, and hot dogs bound together with a white sauce made from butter, flour, and milk, or a can of condensed soup for convenience. Cheddar cheese or a combination of cheeses is sprinkled on top, adding a golden, melty finish. This casserole is versatile. Ingredients like vegetables, tater tots, or even chili can be incorporated for different textures and flavors. It's also perfect for making ahead of time and storing in the fridge until ready to bake, making it a popular choice for busy families. Number 11. Noodle Cougal. Noodle Cougal, or Lokshen Kugel in Yiddish, is a traditional Ashkenazi Jewish dish that dates back to the 1500s. It was originally a savory dish, made with simple ingredients like noodles, eggs, and onions. Over time, especially in Eastern Europe, sugar became more available, and the dish evolved into a sweet casserole, incorporating ingredients like cinnamon, raisins, and sometimes apples or cottage cheese. This sweet variation became especially popular in Poland and Hungary. In Jewish American cuisine, the sweeter version of Noodle Cougal, often served during holidays like Shabbat and Rosh Hashanah, became more dominant. Modern versions might include canned fruits like pineapple or cornflake toppings, reflecting mid-20th century trends in American cooking. Noodle Cougal can be served warm or cold, and its versatility allows it to be adapted as either a side dish or a dessert. Number 12. Shrimp and Grits Casserole. Shrimp and grits. Casserole is a classic Southern dish that evolved from the traditional shrimp and grits, which was originally a simple breakfast for fishermen along the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia. The casserole version elevates this comfort food by baking shrimp with creamy, cheesy grits in one dish, offering a rich and satisfying meal that combines savory shrimp and flavorful grits. The dish usually starts with quick cooking grits mixed with cheese, like cheddar or Gouda, and heavy cream for richness. Shrimp is often sautéed with onions, bell peppers, and sometimes bacon for an extra smoky flavor before being incorporated into the casserole. The mixture is baked until the shrimp are perfectly tender and the cheesy grits are bubbly and golden on top. This dish is ideal for brunches, holidays, or a hearty dinner and can be customized with spices like Cajun seasoning or Old Bay for a more robust flavor. Number 13. Pineapple and Ham Casserole. Pineapple and ham casserole is a sweet and savory dish that became popular for utilizing leftover holiday ham, particularly during Christmas and Easter. The casserole combines diced ham with sweet pineapple tidbits, which are mixed with sugar and flour to create a thickened, sweet base. Cheddar cheese is often added to balance the sweetness with a sharp, savory note. The final touch is a crunchy topping made from crushed buttery crackers, typically Ritz mixed with melted butter for extra richness and texture. This dish reflects the 1950s and 60s American trend of combining sweet and savory flavors, often seen in dishes featuring canned fruits. It's easy to prepare, and the ingredients, ham, pineapple, cheese, and crackers, are staples. making it a simple but indulgent option for family gatherings. Number 14. Carrot Casserole. Carrot casserole is a comforting and versatile dish that showcases the natural sweetness of carrots, balanced with savory ingredients. It often starts with boiled or steamed carrots, which are then combined with a creamy base, typically made from condensed soup, like cream of celery or mushroom. This base helps create the casserole's signature rich texture. Cheddar cheese is a common addition, bringing sharpness and depth of flavor. Toppings like seasoned croutons, buttery breadcrumbs, or even crushed crackers provide a crunchy contrast to the soft, tender carrots. Some recipes also include onions for an extra layer of flavor and butter to tie everything together. Variations may include additional vegetables or even a sweet touch with brown sugar, depending on personal taste or holiday traditions. Number 15. Spinach and Artichoke Casserole. Spinach and Artichoke Casserole is a rich and creamy dish that combines two classic ingredients, spinach and artichokes, with a savory cream sauce. The recipe typically uses frozen spinach and canned or frozen artichoke hearts, which are mixed with ingredients like cream cheese, sour cream, and Parmesan to create a luxurious base. Sautéed onions and garlic are often added for depth of flavor, and some variations include crunchy toppings like French fried onions or breadcrumbs to provide texture. This casserole is popular both as a side dish and a standalone main, especially during holidays or special occasions. It's versatile and can be customized with additional herbs or a splash of lemon juice for brightness. The dish is loved for its creamy consistency, and the contrast between the tender spinach and artichoke hearts makes it a crowd favorite. Number 16. Tamale Pie. Tamale pie is a casserole dish with a history that dates back to early 20th century America, likely originating in Texas. It was designed as a way to make tamales more accessible, swapping the traditional corn husk for a simple cornmeal crust. The filling typically includes ground beef or pork, seasoned with chili powder, cumin, and tomatoes, alongside vegetables like corn and bell peppers. Some versions also add olives or raisins for extra flavor complexity. The casserole is topped with a cornbread layer, often using prepared cornbread mix, which gives the dish a comforting, hearty texture. Tamale pie became especially popular during the World Wars when it helped stretch limited meat supplies by using cornmeal instead of flour, which was being rationed. Today, variations include using chicken, cheese, or vegetarian options. Number 17. Cheddar Corn Casserole. Cheddar corn casserole is a rich and satisfying dish that blends sweet corn with sharp cheddar cheese for a perfect balance of flavors. The base of the casserole typically includes both canned whole kernel corn and creamed corn, providing a creamy texture with bursts of corn sweetness. Sour cream is often added to enhance the creaminess, while eggs help to bind the ingredients, creating a soufflé-like consistency. The addition of flour or cornmeal helps give the casserole structure, preventing it from being too liquidy. To elevate the flavor, many recipes incorporate jalapenos for a bit of heat or crumbled bacon for a smoky depth. The casserole is baked until the cheese melts into the corn, forming a golden, bubbly crust. It's a popular dish for holiday gatherings and potlucks due to its ease of preparation and crowd-pleasing nature. This casserole can also be customized with other ingredients like green onions or spices to suit personal tastes. Number 18. Broccoli and Rice Casserole. Broccoli and rice casserole is a classic comfort dish that combines tender broccoli florets, fluffy rice, and a rich, creamy cheese sauce. This casserole often features ingredients like cheddar cheese, cream cheese, and sometimes a can of condensed soup, which gives it its signature creamy texture. The rice absorbs all the flavors, making each bite satisfying. Some versions also include onions, garlic, and even celery to enhance the depth of flavor. For a slightly healthier twist, some recipes replace white rice with brown rice or wild rice, offering a nutty texture. The casserole is baked until bubbly, often with a crispy topping of breadcrumbs or extra cheese for added texture. It's a versatile dish that pairs well with proteins like chicken or pork and is popular during holiday meals due to its simplicity and crowd-pleasing nature. Number 19. Chicken Spaghetti Casserole. Chicken spaghetti casserole combines simple ingredients like shredded chicken, spaghetti, and a creamy, cheesy sauce to create a comforting dish perfect for a family meal. The casserole typically includes cooked chicken mixed with sautéed onions, bell peppers, and sometimes pimentos for extra flavor. The creamy element often comes from condensed soups like cream of mushroom or chicken, which binds the ingredients together. Cheddar cheese is a common topping, baked until it's golden and bubbly. You can add variety by incorporating different vegetables, such as broccoli or diced tomatoes, or use different cheese blends, such as Monterey Jack or Velveeta. Number 20, chili cornbread casserole. Chili cornbread casserole is a hearty and flavorful dish that combines the rich, spicy taste of chili with the comforting texture of cornbread. Ground beef or turkey is usually browned with onions, chili powder, garlic, and cumin to create a savory base. This mixture is then combined with black beans, corn, and tomatoes for added texture and taste. The cornbread topping is made from cornmeal batter, often enhanced with cheddar cheese and cream-style corn for a moist and cheesy finish. After baking, the cornbread forms a golden crust over the chili, creating a perfect contrast of textures, crunchy on top yet soft and flavorful underneath.